When the text lives in a rectangle, you manipulate the frame. But walk into the knowledge space and the rules are not the same. Freud said it plainly while Jonathan stood inside the room. You become the operating mechanism the body cuts through.
Not a cursor, not a trackpad, not a gesture held at arm's length there. The scale of it, the depth of it, tells you what deserves the stare. Jonathan said walking towards a thing feels more natural than a pull. That's not a UI preference, that is a paradigm in full.
Not a frame, not a column, not a color on a grid. We're asking what the body does that the rectangle never did. The knowledge isn't out there, you are standing in the stream. When the space becomes the interface, who exactly do we mean?
Freud showed the vision notes build, the gestures and the cards. Look and pinch to select, double pinch to open hard.
Move without deselecting, still holding 5 at hand. Look at what is blocking, slide it where you want it to land.
Pinch and pull, the room thins out, non-selected fades to clear. Pinch a single card, it snaps back to the origin plane right here.
Tom dropped the link to Factify wants to replace the doc and PDF. Smart documents with their own brain, that's the thesis, that's the text.
Carl Schroeder in the chat, a codex teaches you to think in place, and a book teaches you to stream, and that gap matters in this space.
Tom asked Gemini for a project board. It built a custom system just for him. Cybernetics, Gutenberg parenthesis, wargaming strategy at the rim.
Mark said soft coupling, please don't hardwire time into a field. The lesson, 20 years of practice made abundantly revealed.
Over deterministic color categories, trample what you meant to show. Binding works better than a linear scale. Error over precise, they go slow.
Hue and saturation, hint on shelf, cartographies of time and play. That book is out of print but singular, Brandel's pressing on anyway.
Brandel picked up timeline, a history of editing fades and ease. Text holds generality that even careful art cannot seize.
You say the word animal, no picture comes, yet the meaning holds. Computing over specified, that's where every tidy system moves.
An unscheduled New York trip to the Met about their Asian scrolls. Digital, full-scale, spatial display, part of the longer goal.
Can set lower cognitive load, the only guiding star. Human subjects testing required, we don't yet know where you are.
His lab walks people into information, AI reading what they see. Semantic zooming, splitting into clouds, scale shift technique.
Peter flagged the other side, I as universal fragmentor. Ken posted that blog yesterday, the link is in the corridor.
Oh, Peter wants the objects active, bird flocking in space. Move a cluster, let the nearby nodes all feel the change of place.
He misses old Apple tools with range, not apps for every task. General capability is late father's workshop, that's all he asks.
Jonathan coined Victorian VR for the V&A, a cast of Trajan's column on the floor. A room scale plaster monument, that is what a knowledge tool is for.
Astral raised the question, shouldn't this be open to everyone? Freud pushed back, gentle but direct, that's not how good tools get done.
You can't chase building something, all people all at once. Choose who you're building for, the ones who lean in, not just once.
Tess asked the harder version, who can buy a headset if the jobs are gone? Tom said we'll have to rethink what money means before too long. Walter on the book of trees, Ken's fragmentation blog, all in the chat, cartographies of time, Neil Stephenson's fall, take note of that.
Next call is Monday week, Tom gets a full rest by decree. Frode's programmer still recovering, more demos still to see.
Chart paper